Welcome everyone to the 7th match of the Global Chess League 2023 between SG Alpine Warriors and Triveni Continental Kings. And we are off. Levon opens with his queen pawn, and Peter, are you surprised with Magnus's choice there? He has moved his pawn on the other side of the knight, which is not very common. Yeah, either he goes for the King's Indian or the Grunfeld. This move here that Magnus has played.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see how this shakes out, because he has played some Grunfeld and some King's Indian in his life, but it's not his main weapon, so to speak. So it's a curious choice, which perhaps signifies his desire to get a more fighting position here compared to the very solid stuff he plays generally.
Oh my god, he's played this pawn here. Generally, you castle, but now he's put the other bishop on this side as well, and this is very rare.
Yeah, it's been gaining some traction in recent years, I feel, as an option to play for slightly non-standard positions, which allow you to express yourself a bit more than the solid theory that they all know so well. But yeah, it is quite rare. It's called a double fianchetto. This type of a development of bishops towards the corners is called a fianchettoed bishop.
Let's have the overview of 6 boards here on our screen.
And there we have it. Let's try to figure out what's going on. There are some. My mind is immediately drawn to the position on board 3 where Arjun Guy sees white against Wei Yi, and this is an incredibly sharp gambit variation of the Slav. So this is perhaps the most exciting position I see.
And I think, Peter, we should go to the 3rd board between Arjun Erigaisi and Wei Yi.
That was a bit of a kiss of death, honestly, from me, because the moment I said that Wei Yi decided to trade queens, I still like his position a great deal, but it's not as strikingly exciting as I thought. Yeah, this is the gambit I was speaking of. You will notice that black already on move 6 here captures a central pawn, which doesn't happen very often. Black is a pawn up by move 6. But in exchange, white gets full control over the dark squares, because white has this very strong dark square bishop, which is unopposed by the opponent's pieces. And this is a very, very famous, very sharp line, which requires a lot of precision from both players. But it has quietened down a little bit, because Arjun offered Wei Yi a return of his extra pawn, which Wei Yi accepted, and the queens are now off.
This match is looking like Triveni Continental Kings are in the driver's seat.
So far, I would say yes, and this is maybe the first match we're watching in the first 3 days where the captain of the side chose white, and the decision, at least after the first 15 minutes, does appear to be vindicated, because white got some very, very promising positions, and this is definitely one of them, because the rook lift that Sagar has pointed out created very much an opportunity for white to launch a direct attack against the black king. You can also throw the queen to the same line to attack the pawn next to the king. Irina Krush is defending sort of correctly now. Her rook move makes it possible to defend that pawn by playing g7, g6, as Sagar is indicating there by arrows. But white can wait for a while with that plan, prepare it perhaps. You can the one
Maybe
piece.
this
Exactly.
can go here.
Exactly, yeah. That is the one piece that is not really doing its job right now, that knight on the back rank. But the square Sagar is aiming it on the demonstration board is a very, very good square. And if it gets there, the attack on the king side could become very, very strong. So it's a bit of a scary situation there for Irina.
Right.
Guys, there is a cool game going on right now. Juniors board. We're gonna just go there right away, and we're gonna jump into the
6th
best
board.
move, 6th board. That's right. Rook to d5. We see the last board down in the corner. We see double exclamation mark. Look at this. He's just giving up his rook for the bishop, and we know that rook is equal to 5 pawns, and bishop is equal only for 3 pawns. So White is on fire.
It's a very nice idea here because the rook was attacked. If we just go back 1 second to see where it came from, because that is kind of relevant, the rook is now attacked by the dark squared bishop of Prague, and it can go all the way back, of course. But that would preserve some attacking chances for black, because the black bishops are sort of aimed at the white king, and instead Jonas goes rook d5, the move that he made. Blocking the attacking potential of the light squared bishop, also attacking that pawn on the side. And if you take that rook, which you can do, but you will be forced to retreat with the knight. There's only one square on the board for this knight not to lose any material, and it's a very ugly square.
Gukesh and Yu Yangi, a top Chinese player here. There you have Gukesh, very, very focused. But from the video itself, you can see black has a lot of space on the board.
It's all the black spaces around. That's true.
Yeah, you could be excused in thinking that black actually has a material advantage, but it looks like there's just more
he
of them.
borrowed from the different board.
Yeah, and also remarkably, this is move number 19. So far, not a single piece has been traded.
Wow.
Which is not unheard of, but not something that happens very often. And I really like what Gukesh has done here, because white seems to be cramped for space, but potentially, if something gets opened on the king side, the white king could very easily become quite unsafe, because black could launch a direct attack against it.
Let's just have a look at an overview of all the games. We see, by the way, the colors are black is SG Alpine Warriors, white is Triveni Continental Kings. So first board is equal. Second board, SG Alpine in the driver's seat because Gukesh is better. Third board is a draw. Fourth board, you can say that Katrina Lagno is slightly better for Triveni Continental Kings.
Not anymore, apparently.
Maybe equal, maybe equal. And Elizabeth Pates, Nana Zagnidze looks equal. And Jonas Bear slightly better. So right now, things looking... What would you say? Maybe it's SG Alpine better because Gukesh is clearly winning. The rook here, not so well placed. Could become a strength, could become a weakness. We do not know. For the time being, it looks like Irina Krush is doing well. Let's have a very quick look on board number 5 between these two players. As we can see there, Elizabeth Pates playing with the black pieces, looking quite confident there. Nana Zagnidze actually beat Polina Shuvalova yesterday, so she is in tremendous form here.
Yeah, and I think she had a very pleasant position right out of the opening, but by now it's still quite nice, and it's perhaps a chance for us to spend 15 seconds explaining one of the concepts you will be seeing quite a bit in these games.
Peter, can we take a look at the time situation here? Maybe time can tell us a little bit more.
Yeah.
White has a little bit then 2 minutes on the clock, and black has 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
That is actually very relevant indeed in terms of what might happen, because I assume my situation is dictating that, but also I think these players are just very, very combative and don't really play for, quiet draws in general. So
even though they're friends, very close friends for years and years and
yeah,
years.
so I think we're likely to see some kind of an explosion and a change of structure at some point, because currently, if white does nothing, it's very difficult for black to make any progress either. So in that case, having only a minute and a half wouldn't have been such an impediment for white.
So a complicated game for the players that on the second board, the moment we left, it was better position for black. Now tables just turned, and it can be really, really critical for black.
Oh my god, let's go to board number 2 where Gukesh now in trouble, it seems. Look at this, the 6 boards overview here. The bar is no longer better for Gukesh, which means Triveni Continental Kings doing well on board 2. Board number 3 is a draw. Board number 1 is already heading to a draw on the icon board. Board number 4 is also equal. Board number 5 is also equal. Oh my god, what a match this is. While we are watching this, we have a result on board number 3. Oh, that's what you were saying, Katie. Let's just have a look at what happened on board number 3. There you have, it's a draw.
Somebody find absolutely, yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
News. This is good news for
Stop
SG
the
Alpine
guy.
Warriors.
Absolutely, yeah. Somebody finally managed to survive against Wei, which until that moment nobody really made any headway in that respect.
Very important. Oh, he plays his rook here. He wants to get his rook inside and then pawn push forward. The pawn is moving up and rook c8. There's a check. Will this be a draw? Or... No. I think Levon will go on.
It's now that the black pawn is as far progressed, I think he's just going to
He's gonna
repeat
be
now. Yeah, I
repeat,
think this is a draw now.
Oh, he
The
doesn't
draw is
risk
going to be
it.
another
I think
third
it's a
draw already in this match. Handshake just happened.
That was a
Look
very
at Levon.
instructive.
Wow.
He's like, I just didn't realize something he's telling Magnus.
Drop the microphone, guys, there. We want to hear what they're talking about.
And
I think that's a good solid draw for SG Alpine Warriors. What's left now? Can we have the 6-board screen? We are at 3-3 right now.
Yuan Yi actually has beaten Gukesh.
Yu Yangi has beaten Gukesh, and there we have Praggnanandhaa better against Bear, which means that
Ooh.
that is one, and Krush Lagno is still equal. So this can go anyway, because if Lagno beats Krush, then the Triveni Continental Kings win.
Yeah.
So as Peter rightly pointed out, the score is 7-6. Praggnanandhaa just won his game. Everything hinges on this game now. If Lagno beats Krush, then it's Triveni Continental Kings who win. If Krush beats or holds this game, then it is SG Alpine Warriors who come out on top. I think right now she made a smart call to at least exchange a rook. So then that way she doesn't get checkmated.
Absolutely, yeah. She did make a mistake in what was at that point the winning position,
Oh,
but
that-
she is still holding it together. And I think,
They
yeah,
repeated!
Drew! Oh,
That's
she
a
needed,
draw!
but she needed to see the scorecard. She should not have taken the draw there.
Look at this. Now they're watching at the boards. They're calculating. I think Irina will just realize that the team won.
Right, so that means the match has ended in the favor of SG Alpine Warriors with a score of 8-7. Once again, the win with the black pieces becoming the crucial factor with Praggnanandhaa beating Jonas Beer.
And I wonder why still teams are choosing white pieces.